that used to say that it will be easily to be channeled.
Absolutely. Yes.
So number one, get aware. If you are aware of what this diphtheria is all about, then you know the precautions. Once you know the precautions, what are precautions?
It will not spread.
Yeah, it will not spread. Yeah. Then the signs and symptoms. And then once you are educated, you are aware, you will be to train and inform others. As my previous colleague, in training, as he said.
Yes.
Now, Red Cross, our duty is just to make sure that you are aware and you know it. There's a difference between knowing something and know how to apply it.
Absolutely.
They used to say that the person that is Yoruba saying to way, if you don't know about it, if you see it, you will not recognize it.
Absolutely.
So our main.
So what's your ultimate intervention in diphtheria apart from preventing the spread and all that? You want to refer?
Yeah, that's part of the area in which we are contributing diphtheria. Is one we notice just to keep people informed, then we make a referral to an hospital. Okay. We are first aid, we are a humanitarian service provider. We only give first aid. Our own is not the final say.
It's
just to prevent diphtheria.
So that we don't have more new cases.
You don't have more new cases.
When you have it, you recognize
and the little one we have should be stopped to the BRS minimum.
That's okay. So in Osun State, any record of new cases of diphtheria?
Well,
you are aware of some.
As of today, as of this afternoon, I haven't had any additional case.
Okay, but how many have you recorded in Osun State?
But so far, I couldn't get the actual figure now.
Okay,
but I know
100
is not up to 100.
It's not up to 100.
It's not up to 100.
How do you people get trained? Who trains you? Who trains the Red Cross people?
Well, who trains Red Cross? They say Red Cross get trained based on where we started.
Okay.
For example, now, I think you asked him when did he join Red Cross?
Yes.
He said from primary school.
I know.
Even he can't remember when he joined. I can't remember when I joined. Because
I'm just curious about who are your trainers.
Yes, our trainer. For example, now I am a trainer in the States. Okay. Some trainers, some our leaders trained me. So as I was trained, definitely I must train people. So that's how we get trained. And sometimes we have an international, we call it either workshop or seminar. Okay. That our internet, like IFRC, as I already mentioned, and ICRC, they come around, they bring all the coordinators, all the program coordinators together.
Do you have any form of collaboration with medical people, health workers?
We are
doctors and nurses.
Yes,
since is the same. We are interested in the same goal.
Yes,
trying to prevent death.
Yes,
trying to keep people alive.
Yes,
trying to help prevent the spread of diseases.
Yes.
Is there a nexus between your organization and that of the doctors and the nurses?
Yes.
Okay, what's that nexus?
Yes, yeah. There's something we should understand.
Okay.
Anything we do, anything we administer, we are taking it back to them.
Yes.
Doctors and nurses.
Yes.
So everything we are taking it back to hospitals.
Absolutely.
So we have a very, even as Randy said, first aid is not about, it's just a paramedical.
Yes.
We have
something we want to do immediately, so that we do not let the situation become more serious.
The aims and objective of first aid is to preserve life, prevent the current condition from getting worse, and to promote very quick recovery.
Some of your trainers, do you have doctors among them?
Yes.
Nurses?
Yes, we are even we have doctors among our trainers. We have doctors among the State Executive Society.
If I want to join, how do I join?
Yes.
Because I'm sure these viewers at home, I'm sure who have been following our discussion, a good number of persons are beginning to see that rather than just have a first aid box at home, they also need some requisite training to be able to intervene. Because a number of lives may have been lost when something that could have been done immediately was not done. So how can somebody be part of this? How do I join? I want to become a member of the Red Cross in Osun State. How do I join?
I love that question.
Yes, please.
Yes, how I can join. Let me start from all the categories we have. We have in Red Cross, we have JLC, which is Junior Red Cross, which are meant for the way we joined the way my other colleagues joined. Primary school, secondary school, our institutions and the likes.
Okay.
So if you are in any institution or any academic setup,
do you guys have these groups? You have your, do you people have your
we have school
units?
We have school units.
Strong enough.
It's very strong. If I'm permitted, let me just mention like 2 schools or 3.
Do.
For example, this Our Lady and St. Francis and schools at Isaliaro.
Yes,
we have a very vibrant units there.
Yeah.
There's one school at Dada Estate.
Okay.
I forgot the name of that school. Olive branches. Is it only at going immediately after Capital Hotel? Okay. We are going back to.
I don't know the name.
So I forgot the name of
beyond that, but we should have it all over the schools. It's big. This is a very crucial thing.
Yes.
What is your organization doing about ensuring that all secondary schools in the state have this unit?
We've occasionally meet with those in charge of the Osun State educational setup.
Okay.
And we have been approved to walk into any schools. Speak with
How about the private schools? Do they also collaborate?
Yes. We have meeting with ANCOPS, those primary school, private school organizations.
Schools, yes.
We meet with them. We even some of them do call us to come and have.
So that's for the junior.
That's for the junior.
Apart
for the junior, now we have our branch office beside Godofon. We are beside Aregbe. Let me try to describe. If you are entering that street that leads to Baptist Girls High School from Aregbe, immediately you enter that street, just raise up, you see that building upstairs facing that road.
How often do you meet?
The office is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every working day. Every working day. So get to the office, then you collect a membership form. But there's something we need to do. We can go before. And it's either we come for or from the angle, we can log on to www.nigerianredcrosssociety.org/database. So from that place, you register online to our national society as a member. Then you now move into our branch office to collect a membership form. You fill, then you undergo some training.
How much do I pay?
There is only the membership form you pay for, but I can't know that one of it. But as part of membership form, then if you are trained, if you want to receive certificates for training, if you are trained for free, just to get area there, you pay for the certificate.
Where am I going to get trained? Do you have a school?
It's our training.
Is it that your office?
We can be trained in office.
Okay.
We can, for example, now let me use Spring FM, Spring television station as an example.
Yes, Western Spring rather.
Yes, please. We can, all the staff here, we can bring our training down to this place and train all the staff.
So these people can be trained here?
Yes. Even we've trained road safeties at their place. We've trained army, we train police, we train. So we take our training to where we want to train.
More like a mobile school, mobile academy.
Yes, we can take our training. We can bring our training down to you.
Oh, that's good.
We bring our training. Our major aim is just for you get trained. And know.
But it's like you have cadres. You're talking about junior.
Yes, it's a.
I do an exam.
It's a process. No training without text.
So you do exam.
Yes.
So some people can fail.
Yes. As I'm sitting right now, it's not a matter of that certificate.
Yes.
Before we can award you a certificate that you are bona fide Red Cross member, we must be sure that you know what you want to do. So even let me quickly define first aid.
Okay.
First aid is the first skilled treatment given to a casualty by trained one, tested, 2, and certified. So that
we just don't have some quacks parading themselves
as a member.
As a member and saying that he already knows how to handle it and is not allowing people to function.
And there was something important. If you are not careful, you want to try to assist the casualty. For your first, let me use this word. You being a first aider, not ending up being the first killer. You are a first aider. For you not being a first killer, you must know what you want to do. Okay, so people have to do exam. What's the cadre, the highest level? Yeah, the highest level is the trainer. You guys are the peak of training. We are the peak of training. How do you get sustained financially? How do you get funds? Because you can't be bringing doctors, nurses, people coming to train, like you're coming to train us in Western Spring Television now. They need to enter Gorope to get here, or fuel their car or something. So where do you get your money from? Thank you. Our financial aspects will have been majorly addressed by our branch secretary, Professor Mr. Ogunleye, Tolulope Ebenezer. But I can see, in behalf of I can still say one or two things which I know.
Yes, please.
As I'm speaking right in front of you, I have an amount I'm paying to the society every year. We call it an annual deal.
Mandatory.
Mandatory. As long as you're a member, that one is there, certain. Then a part of that, we have some voluntary givers at times. They just try to.
You write them?
At times we write if we need to. And some people, they would also they want to appreciate, they see what we are doing. And they cannot be member by voluntary by service, but they want to be member by their financial. So we have some financial membership.
Okay.
They are very busy, but you know they can be member just to try to.
Especially for those who have benefited from the services of the Nigerian
Red Cross Society.
Or people who have the milk of kindness to help humanity.
Yeah, we have them in.
Okay, so you have an account. You have where you.
Yes, we have the society have the account in the state, and we have anything that have a management also must have.
Because I imagine you'll be using a lot of some form of visuals, these things that you use to demonstrate.
Yes, we have our
demonstrate how to resuscitate. These are very expensive.
We call it mannequins. We have our mannequins and all our gadgets and
all of that.
Yes.
Viewers at home, I think we can keep talking and talking and talking, like we have seen on the screen how basic first aid with the Nigerian Red Cross is being done. I'm sure that we will also understand and appreciate the role of the Nigerian Red Cross. If you have never benefited from them, you will not know. There are moments in which the doctor is not there, the nurse is not there. It's just the Nigerian Red Cross officer that comes in and says, please, no, don't touch the patient that way. Don't carry that person that way. This is what the Nigerian Red Cross do. I have had the privilege of speaking with two trainers, and I'm with trainer Otun Gabriel Ilufolaju, who is a disaster management officer, Nigerian Red Cross Osun State, and I've also spoken with the other segment with trainer Brahim Taufik Olaoluwa, who is a branch training officer, Nigerian Red Cross Osun State. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, sir.
Thank you very much.
And our viewers at home, I want to encourage us to encourage our children, even ourselves. I'm sure there's no barrier of age.
No.
So at any age, you can actually join.
And no barrier of anything.
Of age or anything, because neutrality.
We are neutral. Thank you very much.
So it's a pleasure, viewers, having to speak to these wonderful officers. I'm your regular anchor on this program, The Spring Clinic. I'm Dr. Adeoye Oyewole. Looking forward to having you this same time next week. Bye-bye.
Imagine when you get your news as the break with facts and clarity. Our news are reported as it is.
In Africa, and all those who masterminded the way it happened will have to pay a price.
Enjoy Western programs, projecting culture and tradition to the world. Brought to you on the break and cut every hour to your update.
Follow how to employ.
Produced and brought to you never seen. Elvis coming home and out.
All right, welcome on board. It's the very first edition of Spring Trends for this weekend. I am super excited to have you on board. Spring Trends is where we talk about everything trending basically on social media. We tend to look at what people saying about it on social media. My name is Evelyn Ohiola, and I do not do this alone. Femi Ojo is here.
Thank
Good morning,
you.
Femi.
Good morning, Evelyn.
All right, let's just get right into it. For my very first story, we are going to be looking at that particular statement made by the former Minister of Transportation and the former Governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amechi, where he talked about the opportunities that abound in Nigeria. You know, it has been a great one. You know, talk about opportunities. People are jackpotting, and in that particular interview, he mentioned how if you want to look for a 9-to-5 job, it's okay for you to go outside of the shores of Nigeria. Yes, it's good. He will advise you to do that. But if you really want opportunities, you can get it right here in Nigeria. And this is a country where you can just wake up one morning and say you want to become a senator, you want to become a governor, and that dream will be valid. People are, it's mixed reaction on social media as to, you know, whether he was being sarcastic or whether he was being serious about that. I don't know if we have a video of that particular story, but if we do not, let's just move straight to the reactions on social media. At Chimdia Sika says, man was obviously being sarcastic, is trying to drive him a point. Now Nigeria is where anything and everything goes, where you might not need to work and you find yourself in an undeserved position. And at Nonso_opinion says, you can't believe he's serious. You have to make excuses for him. Bro, that's how he understands things. He's not being sarcastic here. And Iconic 131 says, I have been waking up since I was born till date. I am not yet a senator. That's funny. Iconic 131, probably you have to do the right things to actually become a senator in Nigeria. It's not just about sleeping and waking up. Femi, what do you think? Is that why you have not jackpot? You have the intentions of becoming a senator one day?
The thing is, of course, based on this narrative, I know one day I will wake up and become the senator.
Just like that.
Of course. What do you mean just like that? But these are the issues that people don't just wake up to become anything in life.
Do you think it's been sarcastic?
I think it's just talking. You know, maybe he didn't really think, or maybe the context in which he's talking is quite different, not like ordinarily, like you just wake up and the next thing you have been sworn in as a senator representing your constituency or your district rather. But beyond that, talking about people who might have 9-to-5 job, there are still decent ones around there. Not too many, by the way. Legal, decent 9-to-5 jobs. But then, it's not just about the job. For many people that have jackpot now, I think jackpot should now be like a legal word in a franca lingua. Now, for the people that was jackpot, in fact, it will interest you to know that most persons that jackpot, you know, they are the people that you could say have decent jobs, because they're the one that can raise that kind of money, you know, and they jackpot the way they say. So for some persons, it's not just only, emphasis on the word only because of the money, it's about the environment. That you could have your 9-to-5 and somebody could pick you up just on the road or just because they want to enter your house and just with some gun blazing men, and then happy when they abduct you and then they ask you for the kind of money that you don't have, your family members don't have. And these are the issues. And you could just be sick. And because somebody somewhere in a hospital that is not well equipped, the personnel are not there, something that should be done by 10 people are being handled by 2 people. You don't expect them to be that efficient because the doctors are leaving. These are the issues. What's the health implication of you being in Nigeria? How much does the government value you? We've seen situation. If I round off with this in 30 seconds, somebody said that there was a situation that a child fell into a well. Into a hole. The hole wasn't having water. Just a boy. And before you know what's happened, the sheriff in the area, I'm talking about the US, the sheriff, the police, every rescuer, as the helicopters were flying, the ambulances were there, the first aid, the fire service providers, and everybody was there. They couldn't bring him out in the night. They talked him through. Somebody was there. The camera was there just because of a single boy. Almost 20-30 personnel of quick responders were there to make sure they rescued that boy. Can you, anybody come up, except you are the Seyi Tinubus, you know, contextually speaking, to say if something happens to you, you ask somebody that will be there, agencies of the government, to rescue just one person. We know how many days it took before these Nabea sisters were rescued.
We are definitely
going
to come to that story.
And former Governor Amechi should not, you know, be talking like somebody who hasn't been part of that rot before.
Yes, and we know that the former minister, Rotimi Amechi, has actually been speaking to how bad the Nigerian system is. You know, there was a time he said that until people start to pick up stones to, you know, stone their leaders.
Maybe figuratively, you know, or directly,
so
it will happen if they don't change.
To speak to the minds of people to say you have to ask for good leadership. If you do not ask for good leadership, they will not give it to you. All right, we'll move to our next story for today. And this next story is, you know, on that statement made by the committee chair, Oyedele, saying that area boys can be trained as tax officers and paid decent salaries. It's a way to actually mop up these area boys from the street and have a decent economy, have a decent environment. And of course, this didn't go down well with so many Nigerians on social media, because really, you want to train area boys, give them decent salaries. What happens to the graduate that have graduated for so many years and do not have a job? So let's take what they are saying. At Carling's X4 says, how many graduates have the government employed and paid good salaries? A lot of chartered accountants are frustratedly jobless in the streets of Nigeria, and you're talking about area boys that you can manipulate with hunger to do your bids. And at Oburu Uche says, who are area boys? Like, he's asking, I don't even know. Like, area boys, I think I am thinking that's what Oburu is saying here, like area boys. Who are area boys for you to actually want to consider them? But we should also understand that these people are Nigerians, and they also have the privilege. They also should be given access to good governance. And at Rex Emma 153 says, making noise on paper, why can't you fix the cause of area boys, which is poverty and lack of education? And this is actually deep, Femi.
Yeah, that's very, very important to know, especially with the lack to it. Making noise on paper, how can you fix the cost of the area boys? Who are the area boys? If we are to answer, in the street urchins, the ones who obtains the, you know, arasa, the apple.
But you know, Femi, let me quickly butt in there because we're pressed of time. I have actually been, there was a time that I lost something that belongs to me, you know, in a car, and it was still this area boys that helped me get it. I mean, when I was in their midst for like 2-3 hours thereabout, and my mindset about them changed, because they live in a world of their own. You know, they can be all that, all these and all of that, but really there are kind ones among them.
Well, when you say
it's just
kind,
like their profession. So those things they do is their own jargons, their own, you know.
But then they have what people know them for most of the times, or what we know them for, is violence. Is the urge for them to, when they obtain, they call it obtain, when they want to obtain you, to get something from you, and if you are not ready, they can wreak violence on you. So we should not paint it like it's a decent thing to know. That doesn't say they don't have some milk of kindness in them. If they are willing, really, especially if they like you naturally, you know, these things happen. So who are they? Why should they be trained? Maybe we don't have the full information. Maybe it was just saying anybody that has been bad before
Can
have some, you know, good in them, to say nobody that doesn't have the penchant to do good, if actually the environment is right for them. But if what he's saying is that the area boys are there and they can be trained, you know, to be engaged to do this kind of things he was talking about, don't forget, there was a report last week that area boys, dangerous gangs, are being trained to be part of the constabulary in Kano as well. And, you know, they were given training, and people are saying, you mean, in fact, they were tagged as dangerous gang members, have been trained now to be part of the constabulary. The current set of constabulary, we know how some of them behave as well. And the police will tell you constabulary are not they are not part of the police force, but they wear the uniform and they appear like part of the police. So these are the issues as well. So when somebody is saying the ones that have gone to school, that are well trained, you know, why can't you just engage them instead of these area. But so the conversation is neither here nor there. But then people have been taking Mr. Oyedele to say it's like he's talking too much. Because there was a time he talked about that Nigerian can raise, you know, a huge amount of money, in trillions, out of tax and everything that has to do with it. And Nigerians are really coming for him to say, please stop talking. It's like you're talking too much. Get to work.
But I have to reiterate what Rex Emma 153 said, that we can fix the cause of area boys, and that is actually investing in education and lifting people out of poverty. That is the...
And making the environment, the kind of environment that will make business to thrive. Because this stems out of, you know, underemployment of unemployment. All
right, so we move to our next story for today, and good news, but not so good news. I mean, we have five of the remaining 5 of the Al-Qadria family, the sisters back home, and that is after the death of Nabiha, you know, in that particular situation that went on for weeks. And we also definitely have not only them, some other people were rescued alongside. We asked the PRO for the police force, Prince Olumuyiwa Adejobi, said that the men of the Nigeria police force and also the military thanking them for the well-coordinated and safe rescue of the Ariyas and the Al-Qadria, that it is not so easy, but at last it ended up in praises. And of course, there were also reports that some kidnappers were paraded, kidnappers in the Buhari-based area of the FCT were paraded by the NPF over the weekend, and people are actually reacting to that. And let's take this very first reaction at Kelly King 352 says, where is 10 million naira in Nigeria self? An average man living in Nigeria with his family and a job of 200K monthly does not have more than 2 million naira in his account. If you think I'm lying, let's break it down together. You will see. I think he's trying to say that these kidnappers really, sometimes it's not about the money for them. They just want to draw blood, because how can you take a family to go raise 60 million naira, 100 million naira? And so, Femi, I'd like your take on this.
Yes, it's a very sad situation. There was a mixed feeling, by the way, when I saw that these sisters be rescued, by the way, very mixed one, because even when they are happy, you know, beaming with all smiles, when the dust settles, they'll still remember this, and everybody leaves for their homes, and they are now together as a family, they will remember that somebody has lost her life, and that's their sister. Very, very needlessly done by these criminals, you know, with pension. It's just sheer wickedness. The trauma, they don't care. They just want money. And these are the issues. Who are they? That's why we never personally be a part of, you know, giving second chance, so to speak, to repentant terrorists and Boko Haram. Who are they? Who brings back the lives of those soldiers that have been killed by these criminals, the lives that have been lost, the trauma put on them? Some of the abductees, when they are later released, they suffer with PTSD, you know, post-stress syndrome for a long time because of what. Some of them cannot even go out for some time. Some of them, they hear something noisy, they shiver, they crowd, and their relationships with other people are never the same again. So these are the issues. And the kidnappers, suspected kidnappers, by the way, are being paraded, I hope sincerely. Kudos to the police for doing their work. But the thing is, must you wait till things degenerate? How come we can't have that intelligence sharing with these agencies of the government to prevent these issues? These guys don't come from Mars or Pluto. They are still here with us on Earth. Prevent these things. And it should not just be, okay, they are Qadria sisters, these things have been done, and then in the next 2, 3 weeks or 3 months, everything slows down. There is a spike, and then we are back to 0 point.
All right, and meanwhile, every day people are getting kidnapped, and we hope that the security agencies can be on top of their game to work with every single report of kidnap case and ensure that these victims are brought back home to their families alive and safe. And we move to a very nice last story for today. I'm beaming up with smiles. I mean, I'm a single person and I survived the weekend. It means I can survive anything in this world. And that is the congratulations coming in for actor Kunle Remi and his beautiful bride Boluwatiwi. It was all love and scenes, you know, at the weekend when they sealed the knot, when they sealed their marriage vows and all of them. And people are really congratulating them. At Enifome Ijomoni says congratulations to them. And at Ibinok says, for the relationship between Kunle Remi and Tiwi to last, they need to keep their relationship off social media. Else, influencer will stir up issues in their marriage. They should learn from Banky W and his wife. And of course, we have Femi Otedola congratulating the couple, saying yet more good times to be grateful for. Congratulations to my beautiful niece Tiwi on a union with KR. That's Kunle Remi. Wish you a wonderful life together. All right. So a lot of people have been asking who this Boluwa Tiwi lady is. Some people said for Kunle Remi to go and marry someone that people do not know and all of that. Until I saw this tweet and I said, she is. Why you say she's not a nobody? She's a nobody, or she doesn't have a whole niece to a billionaire.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, by the way, taking it from that context, that doesn't mean we can't still marry for love, or people can't still marry for love, even into a wealthy family.
I will marry for love and money.
This is even early, 2024. By the way, but love is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
They look good together. And by the way, for somebody of Kunle Remi's stature, especially on the public space, to go and marry somebody relatively unknown, social mind-wise, I think he has his reasons. By the way, Kunle Remi has broken the heart of so many expectant spinsters on social media to say, why will a KR go and do that? He has his reasons. Very lovely couple. They tensioned you people at the weekend.
They did, but I survived.
Justice for the
Femi,
singles,
I survived.
Your God is alive.
I can survive this Valentine. I can survive, I survived.
And for the backroom boys that are making noise, it's justice for the single people, for you people. By the way,
all right.
Wala for who no girl wife, who no girl span. We will put our hands on your
it's
neck.
Okay, we have to go. We have to go. Thank
you people
so
want
much.
to breathe.
Femi, we have to go. Thank you so much for your time on the show.
All right.
We appreciate you. Congratulations to Kunle Remi and his beautiful wife. Congratulations also to Moses Bliss. I mean, he engaged also that Ghanaian lady, Mary.
That's right.
Also, I mean, this tension is
lovely
too much.
weekend.
And the trolls on social media, I've been hearing and seeing people talk about this lady. She's not fine. She's this. Please, what is your own definition of fine? Because this lady is beautiful. She is a damsel.
Elegant, impeccable.
And that's where we, tell me you're married to. That's where we actually draw the curtains for the show.
Sorry, before we cut the cord, is that the reason you are wearing black today? Because, oh God, singles.
Director, please take me out of here.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow.
Illegal bushmeat is not cool, but it's on sale in our cities, risking extinction and our health. And many of our iconic wild animals are threatened. So please be cool and say no to illegal bushmeat. And let's make Nigeria better for wildlife and safer for us all.